ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां
वन्दे
ॐ सहनावतु
सहनौ भवतु
सहनौ
सहनौ
भुनक्तु
भुनक्तु
सह
सह
वीर्यं
वीर्यं
करवावहै
करवावहै
तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा
तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा
विद्विषावहै
विद्विषावहै।
ॐ
ॐ
शान्ति
शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः।
शान्ति Om Tat Sat, Om Namah Shivaya. Good morning, everybody.
Om Tat Sat, Om Namah Shivaya.
So we had completed the fourth mantra of the fourth chapter, third section. 4, 3, 4 we had completed. Now we have to look at the remaining mantras. And in the earlier 4 mantras, we had seen the meditation taught by Raikwa, which was called Samvarga Vidya. That was one story. Now from here for the next 3 mantras, 5 mantras, 5, 6, 7, 8. These mantras, we're going to see another story. So we will read mantra 5 to 8. So please unmute yourself. Atah shaunakam cha kapeyam
अथ शौनकं च कापेयम्
अभिप्रतारिणं च
अभिप्रतारिणं च
काक्षेनिं परिविश्यमाणो
परिविश्यमाणो
ब्रह्मचारी बिभिक्षे
ब्रह्मचारी विभिक्षे
तस्मै हुहन ददतु
तस्मै मोहन ददतु
सह उवाच
स उवाच
महात्मनः चतुर्देवः
महात्मनश्चतुर्देवः
एकः कः सः जगार भुवनस्य
एकः कः स जगार भुवनस्य
गोपाहं तं कोप्य
गोपाहं कोप्य
न अभिपश्यन्ति मर्त्याः
नाभिपश्यन्ति मर्त्याः
अभिप्रतारिन् बहुधा वसन्तम्
अभिप्रतारिं बहुधा वसन्तम्
यस्मै वा एतदन्नम् यस्मै वा एतत् अन्नम् तस्मै एतत् न दत्तम्
तस्मै एतत् दत्तम्
इति
इति
ततः शौनकः कोपयः
ततः शौनकः कोपयः
प्रतिमन्वान् प्रत्ययाय
प्रतिमन्वान् प्रत्ययाय
आत्मा देवानां जनिता प्रजानाम्
आत्मा देवानां जनिता प्रजानां
हिरण्यदंष्ट्रं भवसः
हिरण्यदंष्ट्रं भवसः
अनुसूरी महान्तम्
अनुसूरिमहान्तम्
अस्य महिमानम् आहुः
अस्य महिमानम् आहुः
अनद्यमानः यतन्नम्
अनद्यमानः यदन्नम्
That's correction there. Anadyamanah yat annam.
अनद्यमानः यद् अन्नम्
Annam.
अन्नम्
Atti iti vai vayam.
इति वै वयम्
Brahmacharin idam upasamahe.
ब्रह्मचारिणम् उपासमहे
Datta asmai bhikshamiti.
दत्त अस्मै भिक्षामिति
Tasmai uhadaduhu.
तस्मै उभदतुः
Deva ete pancha anye.
एवा एते पञ्चमन्ये
Pancha anye dasha santaha.
पंच अन्ये दशसप्तः
दशसन्तः
दशसन्तः
तत्कृतं तस्मात् सर्वासु दिक्षु
तत्कृतं तस्मात्
सर्वासु दिक्षु
सर्वासु दिक्षु
दिक्षु
अन्नम् एव दशकृतम्
अन्नम् एव दशकृतम्
दशकृतं
सा एषा विराट अन्नादि
सा एषा विराट अन्नादि
अन्नादि
तया इदं सर्वं दृष्टम्
अया एवं
तया
सर्वं दृष्टम्
इदं सर्वं दृष्टम्
सर्वम् अस्य इदं दृष्टम्
सर्वं
सर्वमस्येदं
एवं
दृष्टम्
दृष्टम्
भवाति अन्नादः भवति
भवति
भवाति
अन्नादः
अन्नादः
भवति
भवति
य एवं वेद
य एवं वेद
एवं वेद
य एवं वेद
य एवं
य
वेद
एवं वेद
So another story is being given, and the idea here is to examine whether when you are doing Hiranyagarbha Upasana, whether the gunas, the attributes of Hiranyagarbha should also be meditated upon. So what is the story? There are two brahmacharis. So the names are given here, Shaunakaha and Shaunaka, remember, is a Brahmana, okay, the caste Brahmana, the Varna Brahmana, and Kakshaseni. The Kakshaseni is a Kshatriya. So Shaunakaha and Kakshaseni were having food, were having the lunch. While they were eating, another brahmachari came and said, "Can you also give me some food?" So these two brahmacharis, Shaunaka and Kakshaseni, they wanted to give this new brahmachari a test. So they said, "No, we will not give you food." So the new brahmachari, he asks a question because he knows they are discussing Hiranyagarbha, and he is, insulted that they think he doesn't know anything, which is the reason they are saying we will not give you food. And he gives them four gunas of Hiranyagarbha. Right? He gives four gunas. He doesn't say it is Hiranyagarbha. He says it's four gunas, and he says, "Do you know who is the Devata, who is the possessor of these four gunas?" So Devakaha, as you can see in the mantra, Devakaha, who is that Devata who has these gunas? And what are the gunas? Sa Jagara. So Jagara means the one who swallows, one who eats everything, destroys everything. Sa Jagara. That is one guna. Bhuvanasya Gopaha, the protector of all, protector of the entire world. Bhuvanasya Gopa. That is second guna. First is destroyer or swallower of everything. Second is protector of everything. Third is Pahuda Vasantam, the one who appears in many different forms. And the fourth one is Na Abhipashyanti. So you can see all these words are there in the mantra. Sajagara, the destroyer or swallower of all. Bhuvanesa Gopa, protector of all. Bahuda Vasantam, who appears in multiple forms. And Na Abhipashyanti, who is not easily recognized by the people. After giving these four gunas, he says, "You tell me, what are these four gunas? Or who is the possessor of these four gunas?" What is the answer? Obviously, Hiranyagarbha has these four gunas. And then he says, Yasmaiva etat annam tasmai. He says it is for that Hiranyagarbha, for that Devata, that etat annam, all this food is meant for them. Right? So the third person is telling the other two that all this food is actually meant for Hiranyagarbha. And etat na dattam iti, by denying that food to me, you are actually doing what? You are denying that food to Hiranyagarbha. What a great crime you are committing. Right? Why is that? Sajagara. Because Hiranyagarbha alone is the form of everyone who eats. That is the first answer. Okay. There is another answer also. The third brahmachari, the new one, is a brahmachari who is doing ahangraha upasana on Hiranyagarbha. What is ahangraha upasana? The alambanam is you. Aham graha upasana. You are taking yourself as the substratum on whom you are invoking, superimposing Ishvara, Hiranyagarbha. Right? And since I am doing ahangar upasana, he says, I am as good as Hiranyagarbha. So these are the two possible answers to his statement that you are denying food to Hiranyagarbha by denying food to me. And having said that, he walks away. Right? Now, remember that Shaunaka and Kakshaseni have not answered. Right? They have just listened to him because he was venting out. He was saying that these are the four gunas of the Devata. And do you know who those gunas are meant for? He doesn't wait for a reply and he says, by denying food to that Devata, you are denying food to me. So essentially, right now, Hiranyagarbha has not been mentioned. But the whole implication is that you are denying food to Hiranyagarbha, whom you are discussing, by not giving me that food. And without saying anything else, he walks away. Then Shaunaka and Kakshaseni, they follow him. And then they tell him that, you know, what you said about the four gunas, we know. We know that the Devata is Hiranyagarbha. And while describing Hiranyagarbha, they give seven more gunas. So they say Atma. All these you will see in the mantra. Atma of all. Then Prajanam Janita. The one from whom everyone and everything is born. Creator of all. Then Anusuri. Anusuri is Sarvagnya, the all-knowing, wise one. And Mahamahima, the Devata who has great fame. And Bhabasaha. Bha, 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 Saha. Bhabasaha. Constantly eating. Why? Because he is the swallower of everything. And then Hiranya Drishtam. Hiranya Dramshtam. Not Drishtam. Hiranya Dramshtam. Dramshtam is what? We saw this in Bhagavad Gita. What is Dramshta?
The
Teeth,
canine
those
teeth.
very furious teeth, like,
The teeth. The
Teeth.
canines.
yeah,
Yeah. So here
Dramshtakara.
the word taken is Dramshta is teeth only. And Hiranya Dramshta means golden teeth. So teeth which never decay. And Anadhyamanaha. So the Anadhyamanaha is a adjective added to say that while he is the one who is always eating, Bhabasaha, he is the one who cannot be eaten. Anadhyamanaha, who can never be destroyed. And in this manner, one should practice the Upasana. Having said this, Shaunaka and Kakshaseni shared the food with the third brahmachari. Okay. Now we should remember that from the previous Upasana, we had talked about the fact that there were two eaters and eight annams. Okay, you have to go back to the previous Upasana to see all this. So we'll not discuss that here. If you have forgotten that, you have to go back to the previous class and then see. So there are two eaters and eight annams, right? Two eaters and eight types of food. And Hiranyagarbha is therefore the Atri, the eater, and the Annam. Right? So Atri, Anna, Rupa, Devata. Hiranyagarbha is in the form of both the eater and the eaten. Okay. Now, after the story, you must be wondering what happened to the game of dice. Right? So we now go back to that game of dice. What did we say there? The one who draws the kritam, the fourth side, he gets all the 10 points. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4. Right? So there are 10 points in the kritam. And In this Hiranyagarbha, who is the eater and the eaten? So there is two eaters and 8 types of annam. There are 10 devatas. 2 plus 8, 10. Right? So just as 1, 2, 3, and 4 are all contained in the fourth side, the 4 points, making 10, which means when you actually get Kritam, you get 10 points instead of 4. So all the other 3 are also contained in the fourth point. In the same manner, Hiranyagarbha is compared to the Kritam now, the fourth side, because all the devatas are also contained in Hiranyagarbha. So this is the Atra Rupa, eating form of Hiranyagarbha. Why? Because he has all the devatas within him. Just like the Kritam, the fourth side has all the other points also within it. So this is Atra Rupa Hiranyagarbha. Atra means eater. What about the Anna Rupam? So this mantra then discusses a Vedic chanda called Virat. Okay, there is a chanda called Virat. And for example, Anushtup has 32 syllables, you know, right? And Trishtup has 44 syllables. In that those are two types which we have seen. This Virat is something which we have not seen before, but Virat has 10 syllables. And therefore, Virat vai Annam. Why Virat vai Annam? Because Virat has 10 syllables and Hiranyagarbha has got 10 devatas. Therefore, Virat and Hiranyagarbha, they are said to be the same. They are similar. And therefore, Hiranyagarbha is Annam, right? Virat vai Annam. This is something which is said somewhere else in the Veda. Virat is Annam indeed. So you're looking at now the Annam part of it. The Atra part, eater part we have seen. But we are going back to the Shruti mantra which says Virat vai Annam. Virat is indeed Annam only. And you have to bring a comparison to Hiranyagarbha because we are discussing Hiranyagarbha. And therefore it says, while Virat is said to be Annam by Shruti, this Vedic chanda called Virat, it has got 10 syllables. So we have to take Virat as 10. And Hiranyagarbha also has 10 devatas. And therefore, we say that Virat and Hiranyagarbha are similar. And from this, the analogy is since Virat is Annam and Virat and Hiranyagarbha are similar, therefore, Hiranyagarbha is also Annam. So earlier we said Hiranyagarbha was the eater, Atra. Now we are saying Hiranyagarbha is Annam. And therefore, Hiranyagarbha is both the eater and the eaten. Atra, Anna, Rupa, Deva. This is the Upasana. Okay. Very elaborate Upasana. It's called Samvarga Vidya. And this phala, what is the phalam of the Upasana? Since there is eater and eating, the phalam of the Upasana, the result of the Upasana for the Upasaka, is that he will have plenty of food and he will be able to eat well and digest everything that he eats. This is, of course, the Saguna Upasana Phalam, Iha Loka Phalam. There is also a Paraloka Phalam for Saguna Upasana. What is that? He will go to Paraloka after his death, Brahmaloka, and he will become one with Hiranyagarbha. Hiranyagarbha, Aikyam is there as the second phalam. First is the phalam here, while alive, that he will have good food and will be able to digest everything that he eats. And once he dies, he goes to Hiranyagarbha Loka, Brahma Loka, and he has oneness with Hiranyagarbha or Saguna Brahmaji. This is Samvarga Vidya. Two very major upasanas we have seen. Now we go to the fourth section. And we will read the first 5 mantras. So another story. Okay, this section is full of stories. So please unmute yourself. अथ चतुर्थ खंडः
अथ
अथ
चतुर्थखण्डः
चतुर्थखण्डः
So I'm breaking up the sandhi while I'm talking. So if you don't see that right over there, you need to just follow what I'm saying. Satyakamaha ha jabalaha
सत्यकामः
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 जबालः
jabalam mataram
जबालं
जबालं मातरम्
मातरं
मातरम्
am amantriyam chakre brahmacharyam bhavati.
आमन्त्र्यां चक्रे
आमन्त्र्यां
भवन्ति
चक्रे ब्रह्मचर्यं भवति
ब्रह्मचर्यं भवति
Vivatsyami kim gotraha.
भवत्स्यामि किं
वक्ष्यामि
गोत्रः
किं गोत्रः
Nu aham asmi iti.
नु
अहम् अस्मि इति
अहम्
अहम्
अस्मि
अस्मि
इति
इति
Saha enam uvacha
ताः
अहम्
सः
एनम् उवाच
एनम्
एनमुवाच
उवाच
naham etad veda.
अहम्
नाहमेतद्
एतत् वेद
अहम्
वेद
एतत् वेद
Tatayat gotra
तात
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 यत्
यद्गोत्र
यद्गोत्र
गोत्र
tvam asi bahu aham charanti
त्वम्
त्वम्
असि
असि
बहु अहं
बहु
चरन्ति
बहु चरन्ति
चरन्ति
pari paricharini yauvane tvam
परिचारिणी
परिचारिणी
यौवने
यौवने
त्वाम्
त्वाम्
alabhe sa aham etat na veda.
लभेसाम्
लभे
लभेत्
साहमेतद्
लभेसाम्
एतत्
न
अहम्
न
एतत्
वेद
न वेद
Yat gotraha tvamasi
यद्गोत्रः त्वमसि
यद्गोत्रः त्वमसि
jabala tu nam aham asmi.
जबालातु नाम अहमस्मि
जबालातूनाम् अहम् अस्मि
Satyakamaha nama tvam
सत्यकामः नाम
सत्यकामः
त्वम्
नाम त्वम्
asi saha satyakamaha
असि सः
असीति सः
सत्यकामः
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 eva jabalaha
एव
एव
जाबालः
जाबालः
bravitha iti.
ब्रवीथा
ब्रवीथा
इति
प्रवीथा
इति
इति
Saha
सः
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 haridrumatam gautamam
हरिद्रुमतं
हरिद्रुमतं
गहनं
गौतमम्
etya uvacha brahmacharyam bhagavat iti.
एतम् उवाच
एते उवाच
ब्रह्मचार्यं
ब्रह्मचर्यं
ब्रह्मचर्यं
भगवति
भगवति
Bhagavat iti bhagavati. Vatsyami
भगवति
upayam Vatsami upayam
वत्स्यामि उपयां
वत्स्यामि
उपयां
उपयां
bhagavantam iti.
भवन्तम् इति
भगवन्तमिति
इति
Tamha uvacha
तं
उवाच
उवाच
kim gotra nu somya
किं
किं
गोत्रं
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 सौम्य
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 asi iti saha uvacha
अति इति सः उवाच
इति सः उवाच
न aham etad veda bho
न अहमेतद्
एतद् वेद भो
अहमेतद्वेद भो
yad gotraha aham asmi
गोत्रः
यद्गोत्रः
अहम्
अहमस्मि
apriccham mataram sama pratyabravit
अपृच्छं
अपृच्छं
मातरं
मातरं
सा
सा मां
मां
प्रत्यब्रवीत्
प्रत्यब्रवीत्
बहु aham charanti paricharini
बहु अहं
बहु अहं चरति परिचारिणि
परिचारिणि
yauvane tvam alabhe
यौवने
यौवने त्वाम्
त्वामलभे
अलभे
sa aham etat na veda.
सा
सा अहम् एतत् न
एतद्
वेद
Yad gotra tvamasi
यद्गोत्र
यद्गोत्रत्वम्
त्वमसि
असि
jabala tu nam aham asmi
जबालातु नाम अहमस्मि
जबालातूनामहमस्मि
जबालातूनामहमस्मि
satyakama nam tvamasi
सत्यकाम नाम त्वम्
सत्यकामनां
असि
सत्यकामनां त्वम्
त्वमसि
असि
iti sa aham satyakamaha jabalaha
इति स अहं
अहं
सत्यकामः
सत्यकामः
जाबालः
जाबाला
asmi bho iti.
अस्मि भो
अस्मि
इति
भो
भो
इति
Okay, we'll do the next one also, I think. Okay, fifth mantra also we can. Tamha uvacha
तं
उवाच
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 na etat abrahmanaha vivuktum
न एतत्
न
एतद् ब्राह्मणः
एतत्
विभुक्तो
ब्राह्मणः विभक्तुम्
arhati samidham somya
अर्हति
अर्हति
समिधं सौम्य
समिधं
समिधं
सौम्य
सौम्य
ahara uktva neshyena satyat
आहारूपत्वान्नियेन
आहारूपत्वान्निशेन सत्याद्
Agaha iti tam upaniya
अगाः इति तम् उपनीय
कृशानाम अबलानाम चतुः शताः गाः.
कृशानाम्
वृषाणाम्
अबलानां
बलानाम्
चतुष्शतागा
निराकृत्य उवाच
निराकृत्य उवाच
निराकृत्य उवाच
इमाः सौम्य अनुसम्व्रज इति
इमाः
सौम्य
सौम्य
अनुसन्ति
अनुसन्ति
ताः अभिप्रस्थापयन्
ताः
अभिप्रस्थापयन्
अभिप्रस्थापयन्
उवाच
अभिप्रस्थापयन्
न उवाच न
उवाच न
उवाच न
असहस्रेण आवर्तेय इति.
असहस्रेण
सहस्रेण
आवर्त्य इति
सः वर्षगमनं प्रोवास
सः
सः
वर्षगणं
वर्षगणम्
प्रोवास
यदा सहस्रं सम्पेदुः.
यदा
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 सहस्रं सम्पेदुः
सहस्रं सम्पेः.
So now we are going to see a new upasana. This is from this section up to section 9. And this is called Chatushpada Brahma Upasana. So we saw in Mandukya that Brahma has Chatushpada, right? Brahma is supposed to have four aspects. And each pada is supposed to have four parts. So Chatushkalam. So Brahma is Chatushpada and each pada has got four parts, Chatushkalam. And this whole thing is being presented by way of a dialogue, a samvada between Guru and Shishya. The Shishya is Satyakam Jabalaha and the Guru is Hari Drumataha. So all the names are very important. Guru is Hari Drumataha. Shishya is Satyakama Jabalaha. And the purpose of this story is to teach us certain values. So in the first few mantras, we saw that Satyakama was a small boy who wanted to study the Vedas. So he goes to his mother Jabala and says, Mother, I have to go to a teacher to study Vedas. And the first thing the teacher will ask is Gotram Kaha. What is your Gotram? So tell me my Gotram so I can go and study. So Jabala is the mother. She says that I was very young when I got married and your father died very, very early. So I don't know the Gotram. So I can't tell you. So Satyakama goes to the teacher and the Guru, of course, says Gotram Kaha. All this is there in the mantra, right? Guru says Gotram Kaha. Satyakama says, I don't know my Gotram. Now, it's a very difficult thing for a person to say. I don't know the Gotram of my family because it's tantamount to saying I don't know my family at all. I don't know my father at all. But the Guru appreciates the honesty of the young boy and says that since you are so honest, you must definitely be coming from a Brahmana family only. So Guna Brahmana only you are. And therefore I will teach you. So this is the essence of the story. Now there are many versions of all this floating around. And, because the mother says, I don't know the Gotram, there are a lot of people who interpret saying that Jabala was not married and Satyakama is a illegitimate son and all those things. But Shankara in his commentary, he says this is all not correct. This lady was married very, very, very young and she was involved in her service to her husband. And before she could really get around to discussing what is the Gotra and all that, her husband died. So she was not aware of the Gotra. Now, once this is over, what is the first thing a guru does before teaching in the old days?
give him some tasks to do.
Give you some tasks to do to see whether you are capable of the whole, of you really interested in the teaching. So Hari Drumata says, Satyakama Javala, take my cows for grazing. Okay. So what are the values being indicated in all this story? There is Guru Bhakti, because Satyakama says, yes, Guruji, I will take the cows. Very Satyam value is there because he tells the truth. And Shraddha in the Guru is there. And Tapas because he is going to take the cows for grazing and he'll have a hard life while he takes the cows. So Jabala, going, while taking the cows, he tells the Guru that, Guruji, I am going to take the cows for grazing and I will come back to the ashram only when the number of cows becomes 1,000. The idea is that he was away for a very long time. This is the whatever we can get from the fourth khanda, right? Then we will go to the fifth khanda, fifth section, and we will read the first three mantras. Please unmute yourself. Panchama khandaha. अतः एनं वृषभः
अथः एनं
एनं
वृषभः
ऋषभः
अभ्युवाद सत्यकाम इति
अभ्युवाद
युवाद
सत्यकाम
सत्यकाम
इति
इति
भगव इति
भगव इति
भगवा इति
प्रतिशुश्राव प्राप्ताः
प्रतिशुश्राव प्राप्ताः
प्राप्ताः
सौम्य सहस्रं स्म प्राप्य
सौम्य
सहस्रं
सहस्रं प्राप्य
प्राप्य
नः आचार्यकुलं
आचार्यकुलम्
आचार्यकुलम्
it is not na okay nah acharyakulam
नः
नः
आचार्य
आचार्यकुलम्
so you should know that na and nah are widely different. What is the difference?
Naha means us, the two of us.
Nah means for us or for me. Okay, na means no. So then second mantra brahmanah cha te padam bravani
ब्राह्मणः ते पालं
ब्राह्मणः
परामि
ते पादं ब्रवाणि
ब्रवीतु मे भगवान iti
ब्रवीतु मे
ब्रवीतु
भगवान्
मे
ब्रवीतु
इति
मे
भगवान्
भगवान्
इति
इति
तस्मै उवाच
अस्मै हि उवाच
तस्मै उवाच
प्राची दिक्कला प्रतीची दिक्कला
प्राची
प्राचीदिक्कला
दिक्कला
दिक्कला
प्रतीची
प्रतीदिक्कला
दिक्कला
दिक्कला
दक्षिणा दिक्कला उदीची दिक्कला
दक्षिणा दिक्कला
दिक्कला
उदीची
दिक्कला
दिक्कला
एष वै सौम्य चतुष्कलपादः
एष
एष
वै
वै
सौम्य
सौम्य
चतुष्कलः
चतुष्पादः
पादः
ब्रह्मणः प्रकाशवान् नाम
ब्रह्मणः
ब्रह्मणः
प्रकाशवान् नाम
प्रकाशवान्
प्रकाशवान्
नाम
नाम
स य एतम् एवं विद्वान् चतुष्कलं पादम्
स य एतम्
एतमेवं
एवं
विद्वान्
विद्वान्
चतुष्कलं
चतुष्कलपादम्
पादम्
ब्रह्मणः प्रकाशवान् इति उपासते
ब्रह्मणः
ब्रह्मणः
प्रकाशवान् इति
प्रकाशवान्
उपासते
उपासते
प्रकाशवान् अस्मिन् लोके भवति
प्रकाशवान् अस्मिन्
प्रकाशवान्
लोके
अस्मिन्
भवति
लोके भवति
प्रकाशवत्थ लोकान् जयति
प्रकाशवान्
जयति
जयति
यः एतम् एवं विद्वान् चतुष्कलं पादम्
यः एवं
यः
एवं विद्वान्
विद्वान्
चतुष्कलं पापं
चतुष्कलं
पादम्
ब्रह्मणः प्रकाशवान् इति उपासते
ब्रह्मणः
प्रकाशवान्
प्रकाशवान्
इति
इति
उपासते
उपासते
Okay, so this is the fifth khanda. So it says that he has now gone to take the cows for grazing. Okay. One fine day, one bull appears in front of Satyakama, Jabala, and says, you know, uh, Satyakama, you had taken a vow that we will not go back until the cows are how many?
1,000.
1,000. So he says, now the cows are 1,000, we can go back to the Guru. Right. Now here in his commentary, Shankara says you should not take it that the bull was talking, but you have to take it that the devatas wanted to teach Satyakama. So they entered the bull, and in the guise of the bull, they are talking to Satyakama. So first the Vayu Devata talks to Satyakama through the bull, Shankara says. And he says that the Vayu Devata, of course, the bull is talking, but it is the Vayu Devata who is talking through the bull. He says, Satyakama, we are very happy with you. So we will teach you what Chatushpad Brahma Upasana. And he says, I, Vayu Devata, will teach you the first pada. Chatushpada Brahma, right? So either Vayu Devata will teach you the Prathama Pada, the first Pada, and the Prathama Pada has 4 divisions, 4 kalas. And therefore each Pada is called Chatushkala Pada. And Brahmanascha te Padam Bravaniti Bravitu me Bhagavan iti. Satakama says, I am ready to learn from you, hey Bhagavan. And Vayu teaches the 4 kalas, 4 parts of the first pada. What are they? Prachi, big kala, the eastern direction. Pratichi, big kala, western direction. Dakshina, big Lokadichi, southern direction. And Dikleshaha, northern direction. So why Somyat Chatushkalaha? He says these are the 4 kalas, and there is a particular name for this pada with 4 kalas. And what is that? Prakashava, the shining one. So this is the first upasana. Remember, all this is upasana only, right? Whenever they are teaching the padas or the kalas, they are teaching the upasana only. It's one upasana. What is the phalam? Prakashavan asmin loke bhavati. He will shine in this world. This is the ihaloka phalam. And the paraloka phalam is what? Prakashavato ha loka jayat. He goes to the shining lokas, which is the upper lokas. And Vayudevata says, I have finished my part in it. And tomorrow, Agni Devata will teach you the second part. Okay. So with this, we need to stop today because something has come up and I have to take a leave. So I'm sorry to cut the session short. But we will get back in the next week. Thank you for your patience.
Thank you, Acharya.
Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate
Purnamudachyate
Purnasya Purnamadaya
Purnamada
Purnameva Vasishyate Om Shanti Shanti. Om Tat Sat Om Namah Shivaya. Thank you for your patience.
Om Namah Shivaya. Thank you, Acharya.